Hello and welcome. You are listening to the At Home with Ifeno podcast. This podcast is for anyone, male and female, who believes that the home is the cornerstone and foundation of a flourishing society and a better world. Here, we'll guide you through the intricate journey of building a home that's not just a physical space. Whether you are single, preparing to share your life with another, a couple cultivating a shared dream, or parents tending to the garden of their children's hearts. Every other week, we'll talk about topics like practical tips on managing family finances, creating a beautiful home, conversations on courtship, marriage, parenting, and much more. The At Home with Ifeno podcast offers a rich tapestry of inspiration and support. Join us as we explore creating homes where love resides, families thrive in wisdom, and the seeds of a brighter future are sown, just as God intended. Hello, and welcome to At Home with Ifeno. How are you today? It's a great day filled with possibilities, filled with opportunities. And you know what? Today is your day. This is your day. Yeah. And we are going to take what God has already prepared for us. No matter the challenges, no matter the difficulties, believe that today is my day. Say it to yourself, today is my day. I just want to start by saying good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are connecting with us globally. So how are you today? It's a great day, like I've just said. And the days are going and we are making progress and our lives are getting better and our homes are thriving. Our children are doing well. Don't be discouraged. Even if you've not seen the results yet, keep at it. Ifeno is also encouraging herself. Don't give up. Okay, so today is going to be amazing, going to be a wonderful time as we continue from where we stopped the last time. I know that during the last episode, we talked about something that many of us quietly carry inside of us, that feeling of being stuck even when we are doing so much. I have felt like that occasionally. Sometimes I wonder, does what I do really matter? You can be productive, you can be busy, you can be responsible, you can be present for everyone else. And you know what? You still feel this emotional stillness. You still feel something lacking inside. So during the last episode, we talked about that constant movement that does not always mean growth. And sometimes what we call being stuck is actually exhaustion, is actually maybe disconnection from what we are supposed to be paying attention to, or maybe the inability to slow down long enough to hear what is happening within us. Slow down, dear listener. That is for people that have been moving. For those that have not been moving, don't slow down. Wake up. So we talked about boredom in a way, not just boredom as in having nothing to do, like I just said, but boredom as a deeper emotional experience where you feel that, is this all life is about? Does anything I do really count or matter? Why does everyday life seem so empty? Every one of us have been in that state, or some of us might be going through it right now. And I think the natural way to continue this conversation, because like I said in the last episode, that we will have this month of June focusing on going slow, on seeing the blessing in boredom when we have been working and we suddenly just feel that what's going on, everywhere seems so quiet, and you feel that what you are doing is not really, bringing out the expectations you have mapped out. Because we need to admit that when we feel stuck, it is because we see life feeling repetitive. You feel your days are ordinary, you feel that no one is really seeing all you do. And that is what I want us to sit with today. Not to rush through that thought, not to quickly fix it and fill up our day or our time with something, but to truly sit with that feeling. Because I believe that one of the greatest things fast living has stolen from many of us today is their inability, or is the ability to see meaning in ordinary life. One of the things that moving so fast, always having something to do on our to-do list is doing to us is that we are not deliberately sitting down to see that there is meaning even in everyday living, in ordinary life. We have become so used to chasing, visible moments, big moments, dramatic moments. Don't get me wrong. I just want us to know that there is a balance to life, that it will not always be dramatic, it will not always be visible, that sometimes the quiet ways life is being formed in our every single day, it matters. So today I want us to slow down together. Slow down. And I want to gently remind you of this, that nothing in your life is wasted. Nothing in your life is wasted. Not the routine that you think is mundane, not the quiet seasons that you go through, not the unseen efforts, not even the moments that feel boring is wasted, dear listener. Because sometimes the deepest things God is building in us, they actually happen in ordinary days. I'll take that again. The deepest things God builds in us, they happen sometimes in the days we call ordinary. So today's topic is what I have tagged, nothing is wasted, finding meaning in your everyday life. Nothing is wasted, finding meaning in your everyday life. So before we continue, I just want you to click on that subscribe button. I want you to like today's episode. I want you to drop a comment after the episode on what you learned about slowing down, about not thinking that you are wasting your time if you are putting the work into the day. If you know you're not putting any effort, then it is a wake-up call for you to rise and begin to put in your seed, put in your effort. But for those that have been working and we are exhausted emotionally, it's a time to slow down, to check and be sure that you are okay, your family is okay, and things around you are not going out of alignment, out of order, out of place. But you are seeing that even in the quiet moments, nothing is wasted. Even in the days that seem like no one is clapping for you, nothing is wasted. So click on that subscribe button if you have not, like I said, and make sure you also share this episode with a friend, with someone dear to your heart, with someone important in your life, with someone you believe needs to slow down. Because you know what? Life is fragile, dear listener. Life is fragile, and we need to be wise with our days. We need to prioritize what is important, what is our priorities for the season, and make sure that we do not live with regrets. So there's this question that often shows up in quiet moments when we are, in those seasons where it looks like, is anybody really seeing what I'm doing? And when life is not busy, when things slow down. And that question that comes to many hearts of ours is, does any of this thing I'm doing really matter? It may come after a long, hectic day at work, after a routine schedule, something you do regularly, after doing things that no one actually notices. For that mom at home, taking care of a baby, you just had a baby and you're wondering, wow, when will I maybe get back to work? How long is it going to take to nurse this baby? And sometimes that question shows up in what feels like boredom. But today, dear listener, like I have said, I want us to look at that moment in a different way. I want us to shift our perspective in the way we see things that look ordinary, because nothing in your life is wasted. And like I said, finding meaning in your everyday. Nothing in your life is wasted, not even the quiet, ordinary days. So we have conditioned our minds to believe that meaning must be visible. We are in this era of visibility. Don't get me wrong. Yes, there's a place where people need to know what you are doing in your business or what you are doing in your career. You need to, there's this saying, put out yourself and everything. Make sure you are showing up. But I want us to remember that it is not only when we are visible that we are adding value or that there is meaning to life. Sometimes it could be big. Sometimes we could be recognized. And then sometimes something could be pointed to. But when life becomes quiet, it can feel like emptiness. And quiet does not mean emptiness. So I have said that meaning must not be visible all the time. And quiet doesn't mean that it is empty, because we have not learned how to slow down and sit into those quiet moments and ask ourselves the questions that will help us forge ahead. So we can be physically still, but mentally rushing. Have you seen how many of us say we are going to bed? Our body seems calm and quiet, but in our minds, we are racing. We are already in December while we are still in June in our minds, and we are supposed to be sleeping, thinking about what is next. That is not to say we should not plan, but we need to be still. We need to calm down. What really is missing is that we are not slowing down. What has not happened yet preoccupies our minds. We are worried. How will my children graduate? How will they turn out? Oh, what will happen if this business does not do well? Oh, my marriage is not working the way I expect. So many things mentally rushing in our minds, and we slowly enter this mode. Before we know what, we are wondering what is happening to us. But we need to slow down, so that we will see things in a better perspective. We will see things even from God's perspective, because the truth is, God is never in a hurry to make us become who He wants us to be. God is never in a hurry. We are the ones that are in a hurry. And what I've also learned is that God is more interested in you to fulfill, that assignment that you say you have, that thing you say you want to achieve. If it is God's will for you, He is more interested than you, because you are supposed to reflect Him, you're supposed to represent Him. But there are many times He is more interested in the person we are becoming. And I want us to know that most times it is when we slow down, we take note of what we need to change, what we need to shift, what we need to pay attention to. So slowing down does not remove responsibility. Slowing down does not remove responsibility. For that single person, that is wondering, what is Ifeno telling me about slowing down? Life stops feeling like a waiting room when you slow down with perspective. and then it starts becoming a place of growth and preparation. Many of our singles are saying, oh, I haven't gotten that job. Oh, I haven't gotten married. Oh, things are not working fast. Why don't you take this slow period as a place of growth and preparation for what you are looking forward to? For the couples listening to me, moments become less about routine, about maintenance and managing our homes, and more about connection as a couple. Yes. So, like I said some episodes ago, talking about the sacred 15 and talking about rhythms over rules, making sure that we are connecting as couples. So when you slow down, you are taking notes that this is not just about bills, which are very important, but we must make sure we are not roommates living under the same room as couples. And for the parents, this seeing life as meaningful even in the slow moments, and knowing that nothing you are going through is wasted, is that the small daily interactions that we have with our children begin to feel more meaningful. So we don't feel that, oh, I keep repeating the same thing to my children, they are not getting it. But we take such conversations, we take such moments as being present enough to see our children and for them to also see us. Just imagine you develop a routine that your children don't see you before they leave for school, and by the time you are back, they are already in bed, and it continues over and over and over. Dear parents, we need to slow down. We need to slow down. So this will help us experience life more deeply and remember that nothing is wasted. Even when nobody is applauding you, know that your efforts is not wasted, and find meaning in everyday life. It must not be until you get the promotion. It must not be until something dramatic happens. There is meaning in slow, ordinary days. So let's take a moment and think about our everyday life. A conversation you have with your loved ones, a correction given to your children, a kind response to each other in your families, among couples, a moment of patience. Sometimes I just want my children to get it right immediately. And then I have the nudge that it takes patience. It takes time, Ifeno. These things may really feel small and insignificant, but do you know what? Nothing is wasted, because those little moments are shaping our children. They are shaping us as couples. They are building trust. Little moments that we take seriously and not for granted. They create emotional safety. Our children are not feeling distant from us because we are always in a hurry. And most of these moments, that seem ordinary and seem boring are the things that we need to take note of, because nothing is wasted. When you slow down, dear listener, like I said earlier, and even in last episode, you begin to see those moments as not being small at all. They are not wasted. They are forming something real. Have you sat down as a parent and you start wondering where the time goes so fast that your child is about to enter the university? You look at when maybe they were crawling or when they were learning how to speak, some funny syllables they were making, and now it looks like those years have passed so fast. But do you know that the little time that you've spent from the formative years till now that they are already heading to be adults, 18 years and above, they all came together by the small moments, by the ordinary days, by the days that felt boring. Nothing is a waste. So there is this kind of work, and it's very common with those stay-at-home moms. Yes. The work that feels unseen, raising children, holding a home together, making sure that everything is going well, even when you might not also be well. But I want to say you have to take care of yourself. For that mother, showing up emotionally, that father, being consistent. This work does not always receive the attention we expect, but it is deeply meaningful. It is not wasted. So my message today is to tell you that nothing goes unnoticed by God, even if we don't see what you do, dear listener. It happens in quiet, repetitive moments. Moments that feel like nothing is happening. Moments that feel like it is so quiet, it is steady, it goes on. And then you slow down to observe and notice. You notice that there is growth, that things are changing gradually. And it looks like suddenly. No, that sudden moment, it's a build-up of those ordinary days, those moments that felt little. So don't see boredom as emptiness, but see it as space. Space for you to breathe, space where life is being formed. Because when you slow down, dear listener, you begin to see what fast, is eluding us. You begin to see that fast living is hiding some things. You begin to notice growth where you once saw delay, that you are not as fast as possible. No, you notice meaning where you saw that things were just the regular routines. You notice connection where you once felt that it was distant in your marriage. Slowing down does not make our lives smaller, dear listener. Slowing down actually makes our life fuller. So that is why, as we continue in this month of June and before June ends, dear listener, take time deliberately to slow down. Yes, I know you have targets. Yes, I know you have things you have set out, but slow down. Slow down so that life will not slow you down intentionally. I don't want to sound negative, but the truth is, have you not seen how people had plans and dreams and so many things, and then suddenly you just hear something happen to them? Slow down, dear listener, because you will no longer be rushing past the very moments that shape your life when you slow down. So let me leave you with this, because this is just to reinforce the earlier episode that we had last time. Nothing in your life is wasted. Nothing, dear listener. Not the slow days, not the repetitive routines, not the quiet moments that feel like boredom. Those moments are often where life is being shaped most deeply. So maybe the invitation is not to do more, because many times we feel that when there's nothing to do, the next thing is to fill it up, look for an activity. No, maybe this boredom or this quietness is a call for you to reflect deeply, not necessarily to fill your schedules, to do more, but to slow down enough to recognize what is already happening. To ask, what is being built in my family? What is being built in my children? What is being built in my life that I cannot see yet? Because sometimes the most meaningful parts of our lives, which many of us, and when I say many of us, outsiders and those around us might not see, they do not happen in the noise. They happen quietly. They happen, when nobody notices. So, dear listener, remember that boredom is not empty. Feeling stuck doesn't mean that you are failing. And ordinary life is not meaningless. Slowing down is not weakness. Slowing down is not weakness, but it's actually where clarity begins. So never think that anything in your life is wasted, and know that you can find meaning in the quiet, small, everyday life you go through. Thanks for joining us this week on the At Home with Ifeno podcast. Check us out on Instagram at Ifeno17 and on YouTube at Home with Ifeno podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch every new episode and leave us a comment so we can build a strong community. See you in 2 weeks' time.